Hello everyone and good afternoon sa inyo. Happy Saturday. And of course, I hope you're all safe and you're all healthy this weekend. Kamusta na? Ako nga pala si Fitz Villaferte. Ayan, I am a registered financial planner, and if it's your first time to watch this live stream, then I would like to welcome you all. Hello, ito ang aking weekly live stream dito sa aking YouTube channel. And wala tayong live stream last week kasi busy ako. Kaya nasa Cebu ako actually, but I'm back, and because I am based in Metro Manila, ayan, community quarantine for the next month, and I just heard na magkakaroon din ng curfew. Nako. So I chose our topic for today, which is yung work productivity tips if you're working from home. Because I think it will be helpful lalo na dun sa mga first time na mag-work from home. Ano ba yung mga tips natin para hindi masayang yung oras natin sa bahay, no? But of course, if it's your first time dito sa ating live stream, I'd like to welcome you. And as always, we have three parts dito sa ating live stream. The first part is yung ating quotable quotes, ayan, where I share with you a quote that I found meaningful or inspirational. And then the second part is yung ating topic of the day, which is yung pag-uusapan natin, productivity tips when you're working from home. And then the last part, which is always the favorite ng mga uh, nanonood sa atin, is yung question and answer portion. So, if you have questions, dun nyo na itanong. Of course, we have our live chat where you can ask your questions, and I will answer them as best as I could. Alright? So, the whole live stream usually lasts for 1 hour. Kung wala masyado magtatanong, edi mga 40 minutes lang and all. But there have been several times na nag-extend tayo mga 1 hour to 1 hour and 50 minutes, and so pag maraming questions, kasi I'd like to accommodate as many questions as I can. All right? So again, I hope you're all doing well this afternoon, and with that, let's start the show with our quotable quotes. Hello and welcome sa ating quotable quotes for today. Alright. For today, I'd like to share with you a quote by Nadia Comaneci. Kilala niyo ba siya? Well, she's a gymnast, is a Olympic gold medalist, and she says, "I believe you should gravitate to people who are doing productive and positive things in their lives." Alright? So, I don't know if you've already heard yung saying na you are an average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And para sa akin, naniniwala ako doon kung ang mga lagi mong kasama ay mga gastador, more often than not, sooner or later, magiging gastador ka din. Pero kung ang mga lagi mong kasama ay mga matitipid, ayan, sooner or later, may impluensyahan ka nila at magiging matipid ka na rin. But beyond the personal finance habits of people, I believe na dapat we should also gravitate towards people who are productive and doing positive things with their lives. So yung mga tipong tao na maraming dreams, maraming mga goals, kasi nakakahawa yon. I guarantee you na pag mga kasama mo maraming pangarap sa buhay, mga masisipag, mga determined, ayan, yung kanilang desire and determination and persistence, usually nakakahawa yon, makukuha mo rin siya. But of course, if yung mga kasama mo lagi, mga nega, mga mahilig magreklamo, pero wala namang ginagawa, I don't know, I'm sure napapansin nyo, ikaw rin minsan, nagiging ganun na rin yung mindset mo. So, that's actually what I wanted to share from you from this quote. Kasi I believe lalo na ngayon sa social media, no? We create a bubble, yun unfortunately. Kung mapapansin nyo sa Facebook, kung sino yung lagi mong nakaka-interact, kung kaninong mga post ka lagi nag-engage, nagko-comment, mas madalas mong makita yung taong yon, di ba? So, I'm not saying to unfriend people na nega, but I believe na pipiliin nyo yung mga lagi nyong ini-engage sa social media so that kung ang lagi mong kinokomentan ay yung mga positive post, yung mga tao na maganda yung outlook sa buhay, mga optimistic, mga tao na I would say who are doing positive things with their lives or productive with their lives, then you will see more of their posts, and then sooner or later magiging pareho ka na rin ng mindset sa kanila. You will also have those positive and productive mindset. And I guess that's what I wanted to share with you this afternoon. Again, from Nadia Comaneci, she's of course an Olympic medalist, a gymnast, and she says, I believe you should gravitate to people who are doing productive and positive things with their lives. So siguro, final challenge sa inyo, um, sit back and relax. Sit down and then think of who are the five people that you spend the most time with, and who are the five people whom you interact the most with on social media, and then try to see what kind of people they are. Are you the average of these five people, and are you happy with the kind of person that you are becoming because of the influence that these people are doing to you? So if not, then maybe it's time for you to seek out other people who you think will be a better influence sa iyong mindset, and of course sa iyong buhay. Alright? So that's it for our quotable quotes for today. I hope you learned something new. And with that, of course, we will now go sa ating topic of the day. So, let's go to our splash screen. Ayan, kasi high-tech tayo. Alright, welcome sa ating topic of the day dito sa ating Usapang Pera live stream. And of course, for today, we are going to talk about work from home productivity tips. Kasi nga, a lot of us, because of the recent pandemic, yan, we are, especially those in Metro Manila, we are being forced, yeah, we are being encouraged to work from home. And of course, yung mga freelancers katulad ko and a lot of my friends, mga sanay na yan mag-remote work, sanay na mag-work from home. And doon sa mga first time na mag-work from home, I'd like to give you some tips on how to be productive. Kasi from experience, iba kasi yung nagtatrabaho sa opisina at iba yung nagtatrabaho sa bahay. Alright? So, I will give you 5 simple but practical tips. Ayan, tingnan natin kung gagana yung ating... Ayan, alright. So, move lang ako ng konti dito. Ayan. So, I'd like to share with you these 5 tips. So, basahin natin isa-isa. So, first, stick to your normal work routine. Number 2, don't work on or near your bed. Number 3, set your start and stop time. Number 4, tell everyone at home not to disturb you. And number 5, learn and use online tools. Alright, so explain natin sila isa-isa. So first, stick to your normal work routine. So if you're going to work from home, maganda yung mindset na papasok ka pa rin ng opisina kahit na hindi ka nalalabas ng bahay. So this means you should do whatever routine you usually have. Anong oras ka ba gumigising, anong ginagawa mo sa umaga to prepare for work. And I actually encourage you to also dress up as if papasok ka sa opisina. So of course, kung naka-formal kayo sa office, hindi naman kailangan mag-formal, but I encourage you na at least magbihis ka. Kung gusto mo magpantalon, okay lang. But yung medyo panglabas na damit ang isuot mo kasi it sets up your mindset na you're going to do some work, di ba? Parang hindi, kasi kung nakapambahay ka, feeling mo nakapambahay ka lang at you're just doing extra work at home. But since this is something na kailangan pati yung mindset mo nakaset. So just stick to your normal work routine, which also means na meron kang break time, alam mo yun, you also try to simulate yung cubicle mo sa office, sa bahay mo, which we will talk about later. So, well, actually, we will talk about next, which is number 2, na don't work on or near your bed. So, na-experience ko na to na kapag malapit ka sa kama, the temptation na humiga, magpahinga ng konti is very strong. At mamaya, usually, yung mga 5 minutes lang na pahinga, or higa lang ako for 5 minutes, nagtutuloy-tuloy, makakatulog ka, tapos pagising mo, nako, 1 oras, 2 oras na yun nakalipas, wala ka nang natapos na work. So, para sa akin, I also believe na, syempre, ang kama, as much as possible, try to avoid working on your bed or in your bed because it actually affects your mindset. Kung sa gabi, pagdating mo sa, pag-akyat mo sa kama mo, dapat magpapahinga ka na nun, matutulog ka na. Kasi if you work on your bed, yung mindset mo, yung utak mo, na re-relate niya yung kama for work. So, it can activate, pwede siyang magising, pwede kang matempt na mag-isip na tungkol sa trabaho mo. So, in general, especially, actually, it's a tip for those who have insomnia na don't do work stuff or don't do other things on your bed other than rest and sleep, no? Of course, there are also other things that you can do in your bed, but in general, don't work near or on your bed. So, hanap kayo sa bahay, may sulok kayo doon na doon ka magtatrabaho. Ako, I work on the kitchen table or sa dining table. That's perfectly fine if you don't have like a workstation at home. But of course, if you're going to work from home for an extended period of time, it might be good to set up a corner where which you can treat like an office, no? So don't work on or near your bed para ma-avoid yung temptation na matulog. Okay? So number 3, set your start and stop time. One of the things na napansin ko dati is kung hindi ka magsiset ng start time ng work at saka stop time ng work, ang tendency mo, especially if you're enjoying what you're doing, magtutuloy-tuloy ka. Of course, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but for me, of course, kailangan mong mag-rest. Pangalawa, binabayaran ka ng company mo for a certain number of hours a day lang of work. So, kung normally nagsisimula ka sa opisina ng 8 o'clock in the morning, then as much as possible, by 8 o'clock, you're already working sa workstation mo. And then, if your office ends at around 5 p.m., then you try to also do that. Na pagdating ng 5 p.m., you try to finish everything that you need to do by 5 p.m. And then, by 5 p.m., pahinga ka na, di ba? And wala ka nang masasayang na oras sa pagko-commute kasi nasa bahay ka na. But at least, you can now relax and you can now find yourself, you have free time to do something else. If you have some personal projects that you're working on, then that's the time you can start doing your personal projects. But importante na may nakaset ka na hard deadline or time where you will start and stop work, which is nabanggit ko nga kanina, stick to your normal work routine na meron ka ding break time, meron ka ding lunch break, yun. So, importante kasi na meron kang stop time, especially kasi wala kang mga office mates na magyayaya sa yung magmerienda o tsaka uwian na, wala kang reminder. Minsan, papansin mo ako dati, aba, nako, 8 o'clock na pala, ang dami ko ng, ang dami ko, ang tagal ko na pala nag-work and kaya pala medyo sobrang pagod na yung utak ko, no? So it's important to have a start and stop time. Number 4, and this is also very important, tell everyone at home not to disturb you. Especially yung mga parents natin na, alam mo yun, hindi sila ganun ka-familiar sa concept ng work from home because traditionally, ang alam nila, ang pagtatrabaho nasa opisina. You tell them na you are going to do some work. So, hindi ka nila pwedeng utusan na bumili. Hindi ka nila pwedeng utusan na gumawa ng mga bagay sa bahay, ng mga chores because you're actually working. And not only that, but you should also tell them na if possible na wag silang maingay, wag silang magulo. Minsan, of course, kung yung may bata sa bahay natin, siyempre, makikita ka ng bata, akala nila, alam mo yun, nag-chill ka lang doon sa computer mo, and pwede kang lapitan. So, what I'm saying is, tell everyone at home na you're doing something serious, and as much as possible, ayaw mong ma-istorbo so that everyone can cooperate. And of course, kung meron ka naman sariling kwarto, mas maganda na magkulong ka doon para hindi ka rin nakikita ng mga, lalo ng mga bata, at medyo ma-isolate yung sound, no, para kung may nanonood ng TV sa labas, hindi masyadong maingay yung environment mo. Okay. So number 5 is learn and use online tools. So if it's your first time na mag-work from home, of course, we have a lot of apps, we have a lot of softwares that you can use para makipag-coordinate sa yung mga office mates, no? May mga like video calls, like Skype, may Zoom, and all those other video conferencing softwares. And of course, there are a lot of ways to share large files online. You can use Dropbox. I personally use Dropbox. You can even use Google Drive so that you can all share files and you can work on those files. Actually, may mga collaborative apps and softwares that you can do na real-time pwede kayong mag-brain. So may mga brainstorming apps pa nga na real-time nakikita nyo yung mga contribution ng isa't isa habang nag-aayos kayo. And of course, madali na naman yung mga video conferencing tsaka mga video conferencing tools. Mas nga Facebook Messenger, di ba? Pwede na kayo mag-video call or even audio call na marami. Alright? So, learn to use those online tools. Maraming libre. And of course, that will really help you in your productivity. Okay? So, just a recap. If you're working from home and you want to be productive, remember to stick to your normal work routine. Don't work on or near your bed. Set your start and stop time sa work. Tell everyone at home not to disturb you and learn and use online tools. So, I hope may natutunan kayo dito sa ating topic of the day na work from home productivity tips. And of course, with that, we will now proceed sa ating question and answer portion, right? But before that, munti ko na makalimutan. I'd like to invite everyone to please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're still on our way to 1,000 subscribers, so we're now around 450 subscribers, so 45%. And if you like what you're watching sa ating mga YouTube videos, then I would like to encourage you, and I hope that you can invite your friends also to subscribe to our channel. All right. And one last reminder, ayan, I also have a podcast. So, kung hindi kayo nagsasawa sa akin, pwede nyo din hanapin yung podcast ko na ang title niya is The 80%. And you can listen to it sa Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and Spotify. Alright? So, that's it. And let's go to our question and answer. welcome sa ating question and answer. So, mukhang konti lang yung ating viewers for today. So, I hope na everyone is safe. Ayan. And, let's see, no? Okay. There's a question that was asked sa akin na what is the difference between good debt and bad debt? Alright. So, very simple lang naman yan. Good debt is yung utang na kinuha mo dahil yung pera ay ginamit mo sa isang bagay na matutulungan ka kumita ng mas maraming pera. Or, yung pera, ginamit mo sa isang bagay na importante or urgent or necessary. So, important, urgent, and necessary. So, I would consider that as good debt. Ano naman yung bad debt, no? Siyempre, ang bad debt is kapag yung pera na inutang mo ay ginamit mo sa isang bagay na hindi importante, hindi naman urgent, at saka hindi naman necessary. Alright? So, alam nyo ba, meron ding sinasabing ugly debt, no? So, meron na nga bad debt, meron na nga masamang utang, meron pang pangit na utang. And ano yung pangit na utang? Ano yung ugly debt? Of course, yung ugly debt is bad debt, pero ang inutangan mo ay yung mga mataas yung interest. Umutang ka pa ng mataas ng interest, 'di ba? So, pinakamagandang example dyan, of course, is yung mga 5-6. Siyempre, yung 5-6, magkano, ilang percent yon? That's 20% kasi for every 5 pesos, ang babayaran mo ay 6 pesos. So, that's a 20% interest. So, kung uutang ka, tapos yung utang mo para lang sa isang bagay na hindi importante, hindi naman kailangan, tapos inutang mo pa siya sa 5-6, nako, yun yung pangit na debt, ugly debt na yun. But of course, you have to know the difference, and sometimes hindi ganun kadali i-differentiate yung good debt and bad debt. So, bibigyan ko kayo ng example. Yan, sorry. So, bibigyan ko kayo ng example. Yung uutang ka para sa enrollment ng anak mo. Is that good debt or bad debt? So, a lot of people will assume na it's good debt kasi, of course, it's for the education of your child, para sa tuition ng anak mo. And I would agree na good debt siya in a sense na it is something important. Pero, ito yan. Tuwing kailan ba nag-aaral, nag-enroll yung anak mo? So, sabihin na natin na every June nag-enroll siya. So, meron siyang schedule. So, dapat pinag-ipunan mo na siya, hindi mo na hinintay yung June tsaka ka pa maghahanap ng pang-enroll sa anak mo. So, in another perspective, that is actually bad debt kasi it's an important, it is a necessary expense na hindi mo pinaghandaan despite na alam mo kung kailan mangyayari. It has a schedule, di ba? So, para sa akin, yung mga good debt, especially for things that are important or necessary, dito papasok yung mga unexpected expenses. So, for example, may dumating na bagyo, nasira yung bubong mo, tapos medyo tight yung budget mo. So, I would say na it's a good debt because gagamitin mo yung pera para pagpapaayos ng bubong, which is, of course, important and necessary. Importante yung security and the health ng pamilya mo, no? Ayaw mo may tumutulong tubig sa loob ng bahay ninyo. Isa pang example na medyo nakaka-confuse is yung pagbili ng bagong cellphone. Is that a good debt or a bad debt? Especially ngayon, may mga nag-o-offer na ng mga gadget loan, di ba? So, kung yung cellphone ay necessary sa iyong lifestyle, for example, ikaw ay salesman, lagi ka na sa field, and lagi kang tumatawag sa mga clients mo. So, yung cellphone, it's a necessary part of your life. So, yung pagbili ng cellphone, bagong cellphone, it is a good debt, no? It is a necessary expense. Sabihin natin na nasira yung cellphone mo, so kailangan mo siyang palitan, then it's a good debt. Ngayon, paano kung hindi naman ganun ka-importante ang cellphone mo? Let's say na work from home ka, you're always online, and wala naman talaga masyadong tumatawag sa'yo or nagte-text kasi nga you can reach everyone online nowadays, no? Sa social media pa lang pwede mo na makausap. And yung cellphone sa'yo, it's like just like an accessory na hindi naman ganun ka-importante yung mga ginagawa mo doon because everything that you can do with your cellphone is you can do with your laptop. So, it becomes bad debt para pag umutang ka para bumili ng bagong cellphone. And what I would encourage instead is save up for a new cellphone instead. 'Di ba? Kaysa umutang ka. Total, yung cellphone naman, hindi siya integral part of your lifestyle. Alright? So, of course, kung ang pag-uusapan natin ay mag-upgrade ng cellphone, medyo madalas bad debt na yon. Kasi pag sinabi mong upgrade ng cellphone, most probably gumagana pa yung luma mong cellphone, di ba? Nagagawa mo pa yung mga kailangan mong gawin dun sa cellphone mo. So, upgrading, borrowing money to upgrade your cellphone, that's bad debt. Hindi ko sinasabing masama mag-upgrade ng cellphone. Ang sinasabi ko is masamang umutang para mag-upgrade ng cellphone. So, kung gusto mo mag-upgrade ng cellphone, ipon ka na lang, di ba? Pag-ipunan mo siya para hindi mo kailangang utangin. So, that's the basic difference between good debt and bad debt. Of course, very obvious if you're going to borrow money para magtayo ng negosyo or magtayo ng isang small business, then of course, that's good debt kasi mas lalaki pa yung pera at merong magiging source of income na pwedeng magbayad dun sa uutangin mo na pera. But kung ang pera na yon ay pupunta lang sa pagbili ng gadget na hindi naman importante, pagbili ng seat sale, kasi gusto mo mag-travel, then that's bad debt. And of course, we should avoid bad debt. Alright? So, that's one of the questions that was asked sa akin. I hope na may natutunan kayo dun sa sagot ko. Alright? So, another question that was asked sa akin is, should you budget your gross or net income? Okay? So, I'm not an accountant, but pag sinabi kasing gross income, ang dating sa akin nun ay yung yun yung sweldo mo na nasa payslip mo. So, kunwari, 20,000. So, yun yung gross income mo. And yung net income, yun yung sweldo na tinanggal na yung mga deductions sa'yo. Yung mga pag-ibig, mga SSS, taxes, etc. So, kung 20,000 a month yung sweldo mo, less yung mga deductions sa'yo, ang take-home pay mo lang is around 18,000, then yung 18,000 yung net income. And para sa akin, dapat ang binabudget mo ay yung net income. Alright? Kasi syempre, kung ibabudget mo yung gross income, pwede kang ma-over-budget and magtataka ka bakit kinakapos yung pera ko. Kasi nga, you did not take into account yung mga binabawas sa iyo. Alright? So that's my answer. These are questions that was sent to me via our Facebook page, no? So since wala naman masyadong nagtatanong sa live chat, all right? So this has been a question that a lot of people have been asking me. Kailangan ba daw silang mag-sell? Ayan. Kasi nga bagsak daw yung stock market, natatakot sila or yung bagsak yung mga investments sila. And on the other hand, kung marami kayong friends na long-term investors at saka mga financial advisors, they are actually telling you na today is the best time to buy. Nagpa-panic buying daw sila ng mga stocks at saka ng mga shares, ng mga mutual fund, etc. So what's the best attitude during these times na bagsak yung stock market and there's a probability na mag-global recession, no? Para sa akin, you should always go back to your goal, yung mga financial goals mo. And of course, for your long-term financial goals, just continue investing kasi yung mga long-term financial goals, that's like 10 years from now. So yung mga market volatility, I believe that you will be able to ride through it. So there's no reason for you to do anything different for your long-term goals. But of course, for your medium-term goals, yung mga within 3 to 5 years, yan yung medyo iisipin natin kung paano didiskartehan. And I cannot give you a straightforward answer because I don't know your financial situation. I don't know your specific financial goal. But my tip is to see how you can reach your medium-term financial goals given the current situation. Is it better to just withdraw now? Is it better to just stay put? But one thing that I'm sure, it would do you good to find uh, additional sources of income to augment yung funds mo for your medium-term goals. And of course, kung may short-term goals ka, dapat wala na sa stock market yung pera mo. Kasi kung short-term goals, mga within 2 to 3 years na, within 2 years or less na, na, na financial goals mo, dapat yung pera mo nasa low-risk investment na, dapat nga nasa time deposit na lang yan. So, it's time for you to siguro wait for a rally, a short rally sa stock market para mabenta mo and matago mo yung pera for your short-term goals. So again, yung action that you need to do depends on your financial goals. So, hatiin nyo, may long-term goals, may medium-term goals, mayroong short-term goals. Alright? Ngayon, yung mga nagko-cost averaging dyan, ayan, sinasabi nila, may nagtanong sa akin, should I buy more shares? Kasi nga, pababa siya. One thing that I would like to tell you is, don't cut. Ayan, napiyok ako. Ayan. One thing that I would like to tell you is, don't catch a falling knife. Ibig sabihin niyan, bumabaksak pa siya di ba? So, wag niyong sasaluhin yung bumabaksak na prices. So, what you should do is just continue your normal or your regular cost averaging activities. Don't really buy more shares, no? Kasi nga pababa pa siya. What you need to wait for is yung bounce. Yeah? So, pag bumaba na kasi yung stock prices and it reached the bottom, of course, pag sinabing bottom, magbabounce siya doon, tapos akit yung price. So, wait for price to go up siguro mga 2-3 days. So, pag pataas na siya, tumaas siya for 2 or 3 consecutive days, or pag nakita mo na sinasabi ng mga technical analysts na it has broken resistance, yan. So, ibig sabihin, the price is already going up, then that's the time that you buy extra. Kasi alam mo, paakyat na siya. Hindi yung pababa pa lang. So, habang pababa pa siya, just buy yung regular number of shares na binibili mo. Don't really buy extra. Wait for it to reach the bottom and bounce. So, pag there's a clear indication that the prices have reversed, na it is starting to go up again, then that's the time you buy some extra. Alright? So, that's my tip sa inyo. No? So, especially these times na uncertain and very volatile yung market. Alright? So, I hope may natutunan kayo dun sa answer ko na yon. Hello, Paulo. Ayan, ang ating regular viewer. So, kamusta na, Paulo? Meron ka bang gustong itanong? Ayan, konti lang tayo ngayon. I think busy lahat sa pagpapanic buying. So, if you have a question, Paolo, then feel free to ask, no? So, check natin yung mga na-send sa akin sa Messenger for the past few days so that we can answer some of them. Okay. Well, actually, yun lang ang nakita ko. Yun, na-answer ko na kanina. Alright. So, again, guys, if you're watching this, yung replay, I hope that you can subscribe to our YouTube channel and help me reach 1,000 subscribers. Alright? So, subscribe and invite your friends to do so also. And kung mahilig kayo mahilig kayo makinig ng podcast, then please check out yung The 80% Podcast sa mga podcast apps, no? Available siya sa Apple Podcast, sa Google Podcast, and sa Spotify. Alright? So, ano ba? Ayan, alright. So, yan, mukhang maaga tayong matatapos ngayon, no? And thank you, Paolo, for coming in. And I hope yung mga manonood ng replay, you're all doing well, you're staying safe, you're staying healthy. And of course, If you want to join our live stream again next week, yeah, March 21, ayan, we can do this again next Saturday. All right? So, I guess that's it for me. And I'd like to thank all of you for watching. Please like and subscribe sa ating YouTube channel. And you can also check out my website at readytoberich at fitzvillafuerte.com. Alright? So, with that, I'm going to say goodbye for now. Ayan. And wishing you all a good weekend ahead. Alright? So, bye, Paulo.